None of us want to write songs that sound just like everybody else's songs. So I get that. Somebody said to me recently, Heather, you have a real thumbprint on your songs. Like she could hear my writing voice, and I was kind of like, thanks, yeah. Like that's a big compliment. You want to have your own voice. I get it. There are many ways to do that, but there's one thing you should just never mess with. Hi, I'm Heather Greenslade from Singer Songwriting School, and I'm going to talk to you about that one thing. So you can mess with chord progressions, you can mess with melodic lines, you can mess with harmonic rhythm, you can mess with how long your notes are in certain sections. I mean, like, it's endless, right? But don't try to create your own song structure. There are just some strong song structures that work, so just use one of them. And I'll tell you what that means. So the most common song structure, here are all the pieces and how it's most commonly laid out. You've got an intro, you've got your first verse. Then you have your pre-chorus, or what some people call a ramp, and then your chorus. Then you have verse 2. Then you have your pre-chorus, ramp again, then you have your chorus again. Then there's a bridge, then you come back to the chorus, maybe 2 choruses at the end. Damn, bam! I didn't mean to say damn, I meant to say bam. Bam! All right, so here's why it works. Because your verse is telling the story. It's painting the picture. We don't really know what they're talking about yet, but we see the details. Then we get to this pre-chorus, and the pre-chorus builds energy to that chorus. And that chorus is like, oh, here's the story. Here's the energy. Whoa, right? And then, but you can't keep that pace for the next 2 minutes, so you bring it back down to another verse. You tell a little more of the details, right? Detail. Then you ramp it up, a little more energy because we're about to hit that chorus again, and you're like, bam! But then, by then, your audience has heard intro, verse, ramp, chorus, verse, ramp, chorus. If you keep doing that, they're going to get bored. Unless you're Leonard Cohen and you're just writing hallelujah, because for some reason in that song it works. But anyway, you got it. The bridge is also called the relief. Like, your listeners need a relief at that point. Repetition is so important, and that's why we're repeating those sections. But if you do too much repetition, people tune out, they're bored. So you have to do something to go, oh, we're going somewhere different. And then when you bring them back to the chorus, they're like, oh, thank God, because it feels like home, right? So here's how people manipulate that structure a little bit. And this is in modern, popular, contemporary songs. And by modern, I mean we can go back 50 years and you'll find this. But some people leave out the ramp. Some songs don't have ramps. It's just the verse to the chorus. Sometimes there's no bridge. It just works to not have a bridge. But those are the sections, and it's important. So for some reason, I'm going back to Firework. I'm like in this Katy Perry Firework thing right now. So her first verse, do you ever feel like a plastic bag? No. Do you ever feel like a house of cards? Do you ever feel already buried deep? Right? It's just questions, details. And then, then the pre-chorus is, just gotta ignite the light and let it shine. Like, it's building. You know something's coming. You can just feel that momentum. And then it's like, baby, you're a firework. Then it goes back to the verse again. So you have a second verse. And then you got the same ramp, you got the same chorus, and then the bridge is just something different. It just goes boom, 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 even brighter than the moon. You know, it's just different. We're going somewhere else, right? But then we're like, where are we go? Whoa, this is getting weird. Bridges usually aren't very long because, like, you're floating and you're like, oh, and then she kind of like catches us and takes us back to the safety of the chorus then, right? Okay, so here are some other songs that use that similar structure. Another Katy Perry song, Roar, does the same thing. The Shape of You. Ed Sheeran, Shape of You. Live Like You Were Dying, it's a Tim McGraw, so country songs work that way too. And then a Love Game. I don't know, I can't sing it right now, but Lady Gaga, Love Game, same thing. She's got a pretty long pre-chorus in that, which is interesting, but she's got the same structure. And going way back, what's love got to do got to do this. Same structure, same song structure. So, mess with a bunch of different things. And I'm going to make videos about these things, how you can vary your songs so people don't get bored. But don't try to create your own song structure, because it's just something important that works to, number one, hold your listener's attention, because it becomes familiar. The sections that you're repeating become familiar to your listener. It's just inherent in their subconscious, their conscious, their heart, their mind. It's just, oh, I can feel this. I'm comfortable because this is repeating and I know it. But then it takes you away so you don't get bored, and then pulls you back. It's just, song form is so important, so don't divert from that. So if you're looking for ideas like, okay, I need to write a new song, I don't know what to write about today, kind of you need a little inspiration, go down in the description of this video and grab my freebie, 6 strategies for limitless song titles, and you'll never run out of things to write about again. So jump in there, and hey, also make sure to subscribe to my channel. I always point the wrong way. And hit the bell so you're notified when I post videos. Okay, toodaloo! Happy writing!